Good morning, Boker Tov, Buenos Dias, Sabah al Khair. This is Shanna Fold here with the Israel Daily News Podcast. I'm here to give you the headlines so you can get caught up quickly. You're listening, so you're already on top of your game. Survive and thrive, people. Knowledge is the best weapon. Today is Tuesday, November 24th, 2020, which means we are on episode number 94, inching toward 100 episodes here at the Israel Daily News Podcast. We're calling on our listeners to offer a sponsorship or contribution, which you can send over using the link in the show notes or by visiting anchor.fm/Israel Daily News /support. Now, let's get to the news. Prime Minister Netanyahu says he'll be making a visit to the Kingdom of Bahrain in the near future. Netanyahu released a public video on social media saying he and the Bahraini Crown Prince Salman Hamad bin Khalifa had a great phone conversation focused on strengthening ties between the two countries. Israel and the Kingdom of Bahrain signed a peace and normalization deal on September 15th, which was brokered by the United States. In the meantime, Saudi Arabia was just put on the green list of countries that don't require a quarantine when arriving in Israel. This comes just a day after Netanyahu returns from Saudi Arabia with the delegation. Saudi Arabia is technically an enemy state of Israel. There's no tourism between the two nations, so it doesn't seem like the quarantine or not quarantine will affect any other Israelis. Tomorrow is International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women. And unfortunately, 92% of rape cases in Israel have been closed without charges filed. That's according to the 2019 statistics released by the Association of Rape Crisis Centers in Israel. This is up from 86% in 2014, meaning that over the course of 5 years, more rape cases were finished without any charges filed. In addition to this, according to a report made by the Knesset Committee on Advancing the Status of Women, sexual abuse cases rose by 33% in Israel during the pandemic. So that's since March. Some of the shocking statistics mentioned in this report include the fact that minors were victims in 62% of the reported cases, and 58% knew their abusers as part of their families. It is also important to remember that not all cases are reported. Communal strengthening and development ministers say they're working with Prime Minister Netanyahu to form a new national authority focused specifically on combating domestic violence, and they want to increase the budget for mental health to 12 million shekels. Famous Egyptian actor and musician Mohammed Ramadan is under fire for posing with Israelis in a photo posted on social media, and he's now facing charges. Though Egypt officially has ties with Israel, the Egyptian government has not encouraged peace, and normalization is still frowned upon there. It started when an Emirati journalist tweeted a photo of the star embracing Israeli singer Omer Adam during a trip to the UAE. He captioned the shot, "The most famous artist in Egypt with the most famous artist in Israel. Dubai brings us together." The picture gained further traction when it was retweeted by the State of Israel's Arabic Twitter account with the caption, "Art brings us together." But people on social media were not happy, saying Ramadan betrayed the Palestinians. Another widely shared photo of Ramadan with Israeli soccer player Dia Sabia also caused commotion online, causing the hashtag Mohammed Ramadan is a Zionist to trend on Twitter. A lawyer has filed a case accusing Ramadan of causing offense to the Egyptian people, and an Egyptian court is due to hear this case against him next month. Ramadan later posted a picture of himself with fans saying, "There is no room for me to ask everyone about his identity, color, nationality, and religion." The first all-female boxing tournament in Gaza was held this past weekend. While the sport is mostly popular with men in the area, this event further proved that women hold their own in the ring. The contest featured 45 female boxers as young as 7 years old. One competitor, Hala Ayub, said she hoped the contest would show people that boxing is not only a man's sport. Another fighter, 20-year-old Rita Abu Rama, said many people think we're doing the wrong thing, that we're acting in defiance of morals and traditions. But for me, my family, and friends, it's all normal, and they support me. Despite not having the resources to provide equipment for everyone, the coach says he's proud of organizing the tournament as it's a first in Palestine. He intends to soon be able to take the boxers out of Gaza for regional competitions, and the best of these 45 competitors are going to move on to a championship that will take place in Kuwait. Ayub hopes there will be cooperation between the Palestinian Authority and Israel so that these athletes can pass through the Erez crossing and go on to compete. U.S. tech giant Microsoft is ready to open in Israel. And the huge space is a new 46,000 square meter campus in Herzliya. It's hoping to continue to strengthen the company's relationship with the Israeli market. The campus costs an estimated 350 million shekels to build and includes 2 playrooms, one for kids and adults, and the other for adults with nursing rooms, balconies to work on, a basketball court, a volleyball court, a yoga room, a 1,000 square meter gym, a music room, a dog park, 315 meeting rooms, postal service, laundry service, and a convenience store. Phew! The new offices will hold approximately 2,000 employees, with a majority of them working in cybersecurity, artificial intelligence technology, big data, and healthcare. The campus uses green technologies, many of them developed by Israeli startups. Post-pandemic, Microsoft plans to offer a hybrid model at the campus where employees will have the ability to decide how many days they want to work from home or from the office. Microsoft is still hiring. All right, well, that's it for today's news. Today is Tuesday, November 24th, 2020. Tel Aviv has a low of 14 degrees Celsius and a high of 24 degrees. That's 58 degrees Fahrenheit for the low, going up to 75 degrees for the high. Don't forget to subscribe to the Israel Daily News podcast on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or wherever you're hearing it from. I am everywhere. If you think this show brings you value, if you think it makes you more educated at the dinner table, then send over a donation. Today marks episode number 94. And we're getting close to 100 episodes. I'd love to see financial support for my listeners by the time we get to 100. There's a link in the show notes where you can send your support. The site is anchor.fm/Israel Daily News/support. Listeners to submit a donation of $5 per month for the year will receive a handwritten letter by me mailed to you with a special note from me, including a little poem that I'm going to write. Listeners who send over a $20 monthly donation will get access to a one-on-one Q&A session with me via Zoom. I'm working on getting merchandise. I'll let you know about those offers soon. And in these last 10 episodes, as we reach nearly 100, please share the show with everyone you know. Special thanks to Candace Cohen and Orion Fitlovich for their contributions to the show today in the form of research and writing. I'll send you off today with Losing Myself by Erica Krall. She's a talented Israeli DJ who uses household items to make interesting sounds in her songs. Have a great and productive day.
One drink to forget you, one hit to remind, another line till I get there. I'm losing myself tonight. One drink to forget you, one hit to remind, another line till I get there. I'm losing myself. I'm losing myself tonight. I'm losing myself tonight. In the darkness of the light. Stay one more time. I'm losing myself tonight. Forgot you, one hit to remind, another line till I get there. I'm losing myself tonight.